Associate, and all other national committee members in the country, both say they can, and the diaspora community, of course, among the diaspora community, among the family members, Jamia, na brother, Dr. Darboe, and of course, Nasuti of Fang, Baba, Nukunda Darboe, Dinding, and appreciate. And to say, Fat Kamara, killing Nasuti, Usor Kono, Kafka Lankering Kafta Jan, Kaf Barakama, Jiki Kafo, Bear Conton, Lataro, Kafo Kono, that are not called Konajan, Jikolo, Sono, Italy, Femfemuta, and not a Polo, Akabaso Kaji, Surtu, Kukendo. We appreciate Nella presence, appreciate, and welcome. Kada Allies Warakan with the rest of the team. I'll be similar. Koku sababu balabala. Near Soro Fai, Kayoma, Yobert Ladet, you, Suleiman Saho, National Organizing Secretary of What Janla, by National Organizing Secretary Mayalam Abebulala, Presidential Aspirational Mama, K. Kachandi, K. Convince, the President's Aspirational Puruya Jolon, Yanaka Fudi Pilema, Haklo Mambo, Amira, a floated Telela. I swear to my father, catalyst, magnetic letting. This will not be the only occasion. It will be more magnetized than UDP. Congratulations. And I prove to the world the UDP. Kavako person who may left as organizing sector, you deserve it. Selfless service to the party. I'm maintaining our party ideals, policies, programs, philosophy, you promote, you more Londiana for your Sunday, your Kafunang, UDP. Ko Lamini Avanya, Kongamin Menka, for Nimok to another UDP. Maybe of 1996. Libera Kanya, Ajam Saka, deputy party leader, and Akanya the Jen. Kayak Misal Muslim Ajino. Yes, Yemen Fananketin, Misalo Muslim Ajino. Mafoko member UDP Bukafro today, more for the political conversion. On in Dino Mawamanka, the Mari Monkey Dina Buket a Monkey. But Kamo convert now from another political party to UDP and be a Misal killing law. So, Elado Koning appreciate and we thank you for it. And we want to urge you for the 10 months meant to the jet, 10 months, 4 days, because the 5th day will be the election day. In 10 days, 10 months meant to the jet, you will have many, many more conversations to United Nations. Not for the love of UDP, but for the love of the country. 2026 is not a year to love or to hate UDP. It is a year to love Gambia. You cook it, or a stepster. In mantra Gambia a favor. You are really being a disservice to the Gambia. I don't Alakanan do on the 11th of December, I met SL. And you decided you speak on a platform, Mr. Samataya, Mr. Sawaya, of course. And from there, long, na indication soto, ila thinking benyan, ila direction benyan. And today, we are seeing the ultimate declaration of your intentions. You are welcome to UDP. You are welcome to UDP. I'm for Elanya Bukoto. I'm happy to have Kongalare Fanajijanto, the chairman of our policy committee. That so this will be a very valuable addition to some of your thoughts. Just browsing through it, I see something on animal husbandry. I see something on fisheries. I see something on poultry. I see something on rice processing. I see something on education, how we should go. The impact of agriculture on the various sectors, I see them there. So a great deal of thought must have gone into this. And together with what we have in our 5-point agenda, in our little yellow book, will really be the platform Gambia take over Kladab. We can have all these good ideas. We can have all the solutions thought out in print, but implementation or the realization of those thoughts, the implementation of the methods can only follow a victory at the polls. These ideas not as an opposition party, you might be able to implement them. Governments might be able to take ideas from it and use them. But for you as a party, as a party, you have to be in charge of the affairs of the state, and then you have the control. It's your ideas. So what I think is the first step to come to give us support to the UDP. That is a gigantic step towards the realization of these objectives. Can be many opportunities. Political condition, UDP, there cannot be a successful or viable coalition without UDP. If you accept that reality, please let us forget about our objectives. Let us come together, because to be quite candid, UDP is the only, but so far, for the time being, it is the only credible vehicle. There can be a change of government in this country. And when you change of government, then you change the systems. And the changing of those systems is manifested in our 5-point agenda, is manifested in our program of the Gambia you want. I think we already have people 1 and people 2, I believe so. Yeah. That is how we knew and it cannot just be by talk. We cannot say at 2026 election we are going to win it unless we take concrete steps. Now, efforts new came. Maybe in the next few weeks in this room, or probably at the bureau, we'll have a meeting of this nature, similar to this nature. People can also have presidential aspirations. Are putting aside that aspiration and coming to join UDP for the love of the country, not because they want Mr. Darboe to be president of this country. If Mr. Darboe is to become president of this country, that is just secondary. But the primary objective is to make sure UDP leading. And when I say probably Mr. Darboe as the president is secondary objective is knowing the transient nature of human being. 2 days ago, Namoyle door ba fanka kan ayo dole pasar kan Rahman surada Rahman kono gabana men kullu sing fadi. So wo yani tan kabako no man lives permanently. Before December 2025, Mandwala, Momo Mandwala, UDP kono. UDP kono no na Momo Mandian. When we left the Gama Momo Mandwala. But 5th of December, I don't say look after the Tarlajan. But UDP better Tarlajan. UDP, let now more than Tanaka, Ninevekala, a substitute flag bearer, Mam Sadabo, Anayala Block. Mandwala. When I not for the the president is second, but the UDP to lead is the primary objective. And that is what we want to lead in. So, Mr. Suave, welcome. Now, the point Alna Degala, Nakanganekili. There's a week before last, Ndomado, Karamo, said the Fatajo, Ikawa Kurudu, come and work a whole year. Whole year. Belebeden Nala. Now, whole year ho, Nasel Ningasamba. Na Nibeti Parola. Kankarang. Accelerate sama mobile kan nyanta dat na kan mobile ke la muta la ke ya fenga ya holi ho ya silende kan krang ni ya lo bunka bole ke la ya ni ya den na muta na bonde ni nga bonde abe na ni nga bonde be masa ko da bebe pala so sort la but nimmen ko power sharing bole ke la primary objective wala tama laf ni banko la wallahi to place ni power share when you call ball from code it a same left side of palace and you think Kavoko or palace only Basel through a coalition. It's not fair to the government. I think that's the Kenyan people is the banko bondi. Momo in Yanta Mensot Lager, Ale Hadjamena Yaso. United Democratic Party will remain open to a united front of whatever description. Whether you call it alliance, whether you call it coalition, whatever, but let it be another front. We are open to it. And we say we are open to it on principles. That the whole world over, major party, leading case, and anybody wanting to deny United Democratic Party that you want to delegitimize our position. And we are want to legitimize our position, we cannot do it. I hear of appeals. Kavoko, in the nation's interest, yes. Everything must be done in the nation's interest. 1996, Bill Kavoko in the nation's interest. I didn't hear any of them. 1996, up to April 2016, I didn't hear them. With the greatest respect, a gentleman I respect for his principle, Khalifa Sallah, he stood for Gambia. Another more. If those people talk for national interest, I can have some understanding. But post 2016 politicians telling me, in the interest of the country, let us do this, I say, where were you? In 1996, in 1996, most of those people, Melancholy Party or Lobby, they view me as the greatest patriot in this country. That I sacrifice everything. That I'm the great nationalist. Why today should be thought of people who are pursuing selfish interest, selfish personal interest. But in 1996, I never pursued a selfish personal interest. Took the risk of facing a dictatorship. Put my life at risk. Put the life of my family at risk. Moya fara diamo kono janto mamusona ko even about neighbor contribute cover canon tosa fe kadu konintati why we are doing that state of fear. But we openly defy the dictatorship. We openly said we cannot have this type of government here. There will be an appointments or international appointment, which I declined. International appointment, which I declined. To stay here in this country. To make sure, Kavoko, we have a system of government that serve the best interest of the people of this country. That we have in place mechanisms that will protect our resources. That we have in offices men of integrity, men who think of the government, men who come with policies, men who and that is why Ahmad Sane, during his tenure as Minister of Finance, inflation was reducing. Waste was cutting, wastage cut to the extent that to the extent that he's denying people he was not denying people that we are Jews, but he was trying to protect the state resources and have it applied to the needs of the Gambian people. I say to all the people, look, I have always put the interests of this country before any other thing. That is why in 1996, when all of you decided not to go against Jammeh, I decided to go against him. That's why in 1996, when all of you, or probably some of you, we are just abroad and writing in the papers, not being in the ground, I stood here in Federal Street, condemned condemned Jammeh's corruption. Kana Kodota from Taiwan, $5 million stacked away in Switzerland. I condemned it. I said we must follow it up, and I produced credible evidence about it. The crude oil saga, telling Africa, and above all, the NIA was our perpetual abode. UDP, that was our perpetual abode. We did that for the interest of this country, and we continue to do so for the interest of the country. We are not going to. We are willing to have a united front, but we are not going to listen to those people who we are not here and talking about. Putting the nation's interests first. What have we been doing in the past? And this is a political season. Yeah. Wala yatin na nimel ka ko bini na electoral candidate ngawon desan. Mon melan ka ko kunu ngamera doba de bi patina ni jang ko bi. Nol ka kuma ko. It just shows the lack of principles in politics. And I'm a Disraeli disciple, former Prime Minister of UK, Benjamin Disraeli. Then he was the first Jewish Prime Minister of UK. So men must stand or fall by their principles. I'm going to continue to stand or fall by my principles, because the United Democratic Party is founded on principles, and principles have been guiding us all throughout. So some of these gaseous talk, we'll listen, we'll hear them, but certainly we will not be bothered by them. We've seen people who have sacrificed for this country. We've seen them. We may not be in the same party with them, but those people we appreciate. When those people talk of national interest, we sit, we listen, even though we may disagree with them, but we listen to them. But those who only talk of national interest, because this is the time they feel that they can come on, them we say, no, we are not listening to you. And I want also to say, really, all over, Dunia Bekono, Pati Balu, Walaka coalitions no lead. And I must say categorically, Mel Kavoko will go for a convention, not a Democratic Party, we are not going for a convention. I have had that experience. With NAD when it came to the nomination of flag bearer. But you let you come and denied us. The biggest party denied us the flag bearership. Let me withdraw so that you can have an opportunity to do amongst yourself what you wanted to do. And we are not going to get into that situation, get to a convention level, and say we are not going to do that. We make it quite categorically clear here that Mel lafta kafulamma dukaral na nganyim banko je nganyim banko bonde But many along Kafka really, in a hard man fenti, or in a fin man for just to sit at the table in order to get a position. No, maybe there are not people that want to talk to us. Coalitions must not be formed just because you want to share powers. Coalitions may be formed on principles, on programs. System abole change. What we are complaining about, attestations. What we are complaining about, the inability of the Independent Electoral Commission to investigate a claimant. Whatever document you produce, you investigate and come to a rightful conclusion that these are things that we want to have in our laws. And this, but we also want to have a constitution for this country that serves all. The diaspora, the biggest contributor, that constituency contributes a lot to the economy of this country. Doko within the families is unrivaled. I mean, if you're a constitution donates to the president power to nominate 5 people, why don't you do away with that clause and create 5 new constituencies in diaspora, so that diaspora representation, you can have diaspora representation in the National Assembly. And this is what we are thinking about, United Democratic. We want the diaspora to be represented in the National Assembly, so that President has power to appoint 5 nominated members. No, do away with that. For 5 nominated members, give it to the diaspora, and then it will be a matter of national discourse for me to see how you allocate that, what constituencies are going to have in the diaspora for that. Why do you have really competent Gambians who their only form of crime is to have dual citizenship? I'm sure there are many Gambians they would like to have dual citizenship if they have the opportunity, either British or American or any others. They will have to. Why should they be deprived the opportunity to serve their position, their country, in a ministerial capacity? Quite competent people, capable economists, capable people who can be doctors, professionals. Why? And this we think must be addressed. That the constitution that the United Democratic Party would want to present to this country is that a Gambian, whether you have a single nationality or you have even triple nationality, it doesn't matter. You should be able to hold ministerial positions in this country once you are capable. And we must also introduce a system that when it comes to appointments of a certain position, political considerations should not be brought in. It should be based purely on expertise. Whether the person belongs to the same party with you, for so long as the person has expertise and is willing to work in the government, then they should be given that. They should be given those opportunities. So, but Mr. Suare, ngani ideas ni soto. Ntake no la de damanta mankato nyenganye, and that is why you welcome me. And I want you, eta yakavira molo. No, yemel tukoma. Go after them. Ini men fanal kap ko ni mankuke in mantre la kafo kono no. But adama baltem ateno. Horomo kono, bunya kono. Gambia itandila. Yana banko ni na funtini. Allah baraka bakel. Assalamu alaikum.
I promise you. Sorry.